I'm Rick Summers. I was born and raised in Durham Region. I am the father of 3 children, 2 boys and a girl, and a lovely wife of 25 years. So I was born and raised in Durham, and my mom, I grew up in a single parent home as of about 18 months, and I grew up with my 2 sisters. We grew up in Oshawa, we lived in Curtis. We ended up being downtown Oshawa, actually in central Oshawa for most of my childhood. And my mother got a job in General Motors, which was downtown essentially. So she raised us. We went to school in Durham. I met my wife in Durham Region. I played a lot of sports, a lot of hockey, played soccer, baseball. Still do play hockey and baseball and soccer, and it's all in Durham. So I just have a real history, obviously, and a real heart for Durham Region. So I have a beautiful mother that raised 3 children on her own. So essentially I grew up with all women, my mom and 2 sisters. So I think that's why I'm so sensitive. But it's helped me to care about things that maybe guys don't usually care about, certain details, and that comes through in our work as well. So I appreciate my mom. She's been on her own since I was about 18 months, and she basically never remarried until I was older. She didn't even really have a man in her life, so she kind of gave everything to the kids, to us to play sports, for school, everything. So we really appreciate our mother. She's like a father. So even on Father's Day, we'll call her up, wish her a happy Father's Day, because she's been both of those things to us. So I played hockey since a very young age. I started around 5 years old. As I mentioned, I grew up in a single parent home, so with my mother. And when you're young and getting ready for hockey, I remember getting all dressed at home before I went to the rink, because you didn't remember how to put anything on when you were that young. So people would get dressed at home and come there with their fully dressed. All we had to do is put our skates on, essentially. And I remember at a young age, as I got older playing hockey, my mom would come in the dressing room and she would tighten my skates. Otherwise you would be very wobbly on your skates. So I remember when I got a little bit older, a little more competitive in hockey, I remember thinking, I used to want to get the coach to tie my skates and tighten them, because they were much tighter so I could skate faster, skate better. I don't think I offended my mom, but it was kind of one of those things. It's like you look around when you don't have a dad. So those are the moments where you realize having a dad would have been nice too, right? A 2-parent home is always nice. That's the way it was designed to be, I believe. So yeah, so I remember just my mom like doing her best, and then the coach coming in and saving the day, and it'd be so tight that my level of play went up quite a bit. And I've carried hockey. I played it most of my life. As I got older as a teenager, I got interested in other things, namely girls and other, so sports weren't as important for a little short period, maybe 3 years. And then after I grew up through teenage years, as a young adult, I got back into hockey, and actually I still play to this day. So now I really enjoy that. I also play baseball. I have a baseball team that I coach. It's a men's league. Yeah, we have lots of fun. It's a nice social thing, and it's a big thing throughout Durham Region. Like, some people play on 5, 6 baseball teams. That's not me. I kind of just don't have the time for that really, and just don't really want to play that much. But a lot of the guys in our team, they'll play on like 3 and 4 teams, and it's their whole life. So also I used to compete in Taekwondo. So I took martial arts, WTF Taekwondo. It was the Olympic Taekwondo. So I wasn't in the Olympics or anything, but I was competing in that. I really loved it. It was actually my favorite sport was Taekwondo, which has now translated into MMA. So UFC is pretty much the only sport I watch on TV. My wife's gotten off pretty good. A lot of guys, they watch sports all the time. They watch football, hockey, soccer. They watch everything on TV. They go out with their friends and drinking and watching sports. And actually, that's not me either. I love sports. I say I still play them, and but I don't really watch them on TV at all, unless it's really interesting, like the Raptors last year. That caught my interest, and the Blue Jays when they were winning the World Series. The Maple Leafs, we won't talk about them right now. But bottom line is, I love sports. It's a great thing. I think it's great for youth, for kids, for single parents, if they can get their kids in it. Keeps them interested, out of trouble, keeps their time occupied, so they don't. That's what I find with human beings. If you don't have something that you're interested in or passionate about, and connected to, it's quite easy to, you have all this time on your hands, you're going to come up with some things that aren't so good for you.